Boker Tov Yehudim.
No. Shalom, Rabbi. Shalom.
How's everybody doing this morning? Alrighty, let's start off our day with some prayer, some Shema, and the Ten Commandments. Tiffany's gonna start us off with prayer. Family Philly gonna do the Shema, and Ariel is gonna do the Ten Commandments.
Thank you again, Lord, for this day, for every day. We thank you for giving us shalom during time when the world isn't in shalom. And we ask you to continue protecting us from evil that surrounds the world and to have us learn something today that we can use in the future. In Yeshua's name we pray, amen.
Shema
Yisrael, Yehovah Eloheinu, Yehovah Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod, Malchuto, Leolam Vadeh. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one God.
I am the Lord your God. Do not have any other gods before me. Do not use the Lord's name in vain. Keep the Sabbath holy. Honor your father and mother. Do not murder. Do not commit adultery. Do not steal. Do not lie. And do not covet.
Amen. Let's give Ariel the big finger, wiggly fingers, wiggly fingers. Aww. Mother and father. I just had to hear it one more time. That South Philly accent. He's from the Gambino family. And mother and father. All right. Now we're going to talk about more things in the tabernacle and being separated. Today, wants to read verse 30. Lev's hand was first. She was all ready to put up her hand.
You are to order the people of Israel to bring you pure oil of pounded olives for the light, and to keep a lamp burning continually.
Sorry about that, everybody. Having a sneezing fit right before class. Achoo! 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 I like sneezed like a dozen times. My nose almost blew off my face. Whee! Anybody ever have their nose almost blow off their face? All right. Well, thank you, Lev, for reading. All right. Now the picture on the right, on the left there. Let me get my little marker here. Who can tell me what that is? Yeshua?
It's an olive tree.
An olive tree? I thought they were bushes.
No, look at the stump. There's a stump on the bottom. And it's holding all the leaves. And it's a olive tree.
Okay, that is correct, Yeshua. It is an olive tree. It's not an olive bush. It's a tree, everybody. And what they do to get the olives off is they put something big around it, and they shake the tree. They put a netting under it, and they shake the tree until all the olives fall off. It's really very, very interesting. Maybe if your parents allow you, you can go to YouTube or somewhere. And you can see how they get the olives off the tree. Now, here, you are to order the people of Israel to bring you pure oil of pounded olives. How do you get the pure oil? Okay. And is there a way to get pure oil? Is there different levels of oil? What do you think, Riek?
Well, I don't know. I don't really know a lot about oil.
Did you ever go to the store with your mom? You go food shopping with your mom?
Yeah.
And did you ever go into where they have the oils and it has regular oil, uh, virgin olive oil, and then extra virgin olive oil? Did you ever see that?
Well, I never really read the labels. I was just kind of like sticking with my mom.
Okay, what about you, Marley? I'll get to you in a second.
Yeah, I have seen it before. Like virgin, extra virgin, and
Did you ever think why it says that?
I always thought it was different types of olives.
Oh, different types. You thought it was different types of olives. Okay, well that's a wise thought. Okay. What about you, Yadiel? Did you ever go to the store with your mom, go food shopping, and look in the oil aisle and see that?
Uh, actually never read to the name tags. I saw oil and stuff when I went food shopping with my mom, but I don't really read the name tags.
Okay. You know that there's different types of oil?
Yeah,
Can you name some of the different types of oil?
yeah.
Okay. You gonna tell me or are you gonna hold it inside your head?
Uh, I don't really know.
Okay. All right, let's go over to Yeshua. What does it mean by pure oil of pounded olives?
Pure oil is they crush it with a big giant stone. One time that's pure oil, and the second time is for you eat, and then the third time is for you to put it on a lamp.
The third time?
The third time is for you to put it on a lamp, but not eat.
What about the pure oil? Is that the first time, second time, or third time?
That's the pure oil is for anointing and light the menorah. The pure oil.
Well, how do you get the pure oil?
By crushing it with the stone. That's the first time. So you have to anoint it with the first oil. That's anointing oil and lighting up the menorah oil. And the second time is for you to eat. And the third time is for lighting on lamps, but not the menorah.
Okay, very good, Yeshua. Very good. Let's see, Kevin Lemma. I'm looking at your ceiling. How do you get pure olive oil?
They smush them the olive oil, olives.
How do they crush them? Do you like get all the green stuff there and you put it in? You just crush it so it can fit in a bottle?
No.
Well, how do you get it? What's the pure oil? You don't know?
No.
Okay. What about you, Mike? Is Michael there today? Or is he working with Dad?
He's here.
Michael, Banga. How do you get the pure oil, Mike?
They squish it.
How do they squish it?
Will they rock?
Do they still do that today, Michael?
No.
Or do
They have
you
machines.
go ahead?
They have machines.
Okay, well, how do they get the pure? Yeshua is saying that they do it 3 times. How do you get the pure oil? You just grind them up, put them in like a blender, and then you get all that green and black stuff together, and it gets the oil, right?
No.
Okay, well, what's your idea, Michael? Because you were quick to say no. You must have an idea in your head. Okay, let's go over to Mia. Mia had her hand raised. Mia, Wea, Chia, Pia. Michael and Kevin were stumbling. Yeshua gave us a pretty good answer.
So about the oil, they're like you said, they're the types of oil. There's the extra virgin olive oil, and the regular kind. So the extra virgin olive oil is when it's the first bit of oil that is squeezed from the olives when the stone does its first round. That bit of oil is set aside because that's the pure olive oil. That's the very first press, and that's the kind that we are to use for the menorah's light. I mean, for the oil for the menorah. That's the kind we have to use. Virgin olive oil is the second time around, which is not pure, which isn't as pure, but still is virgin olive oil. And then the regular olive oil is just the rest of the oil that comes out of the olives. Extra virgin olive oil has nothing in it. Virgin olive oil may have a bit of particles, may or may not. And regular olive oil, it may have bits. It probably will have bits and pieces of olives in it, or it could end up being mixed with other oils, since it's like the last bit from the olives. And I'm pretty sure, I think they still use millstones to grind to press the olives.
Doesn't the millstone get all the oil out the first time? Like, it's you squeeze it, doesn't it all come out the first time?
Yeah, but no, not really. Because remember, you got maybe 200 olives in that one part there. So you go around once, you get a lot of oil out. So that's the extra virgin. But there's still more oil in the olives. This takes a long time, so you have to do like a few rounds so you can get all the olives out.
Okay, very good, Mia. Very good, Yeshua.
Olive oil.
Okay, very good, very good. All right, so the pure will give us this really beautiful light, and that's what the Lord wants in his mishkan, in his tabernacle, in the tent or in the desert. And it's the same that we're going to have for the third temple. Okay, so there you see a millstone. And what you do is you pour the olives in here. Okay, and then the stone goes around in a big circle because it'll go here and here and here and around in a big circle. And me was correct, and Yeshua was correct. The first time, and really you don't even have to press them. The weight of the olives will just start dripping out the oil itself because it's so the Lord rains from heaven, goes into the ground. The tree sucks up the water, brings it up into the trunk. Then the water goes into the olive. Then the olive changes it because of what it's made of. into this oil. So it's a pretty amazing thing. So once again, the Lord rains down from heaven, goes into the ground, the trees roots, drink up the water that's in the ground, and go, gunk, 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 ah! It goes into the olive, and then the olive drinks the water and then changes it into oil. Then we shake the tree, and we get all the olives off the tree by catching them in a net. And we put them into the oil press, and then we roll this big stone that's been made into a circle. Excuse me 1 second. And then there's 3 pressings of the oil. The first pressing, and you get the extra virgin olive oil, which you use for cooking. Some people use it for cooking nowadays. And but God is saying pure oil of pounded olive. Okay, up here. Now, why is that important to know? Okay, let's see. Marley, read Revelation 21, verse 23 and 24. Bottom of the page.
Okay. The city has no need for the sun or the moon to shine on it, because God, Shekinah, gives it light, and its lamp is the Lamb. The nations will walk by its light, and the kings of the earth will bring their splendor into it.
So here in the, thank you, Marley. Very good read. Okay. In the New Jerusalem that comes down out of heaven, then we have the pure light. Who is the pure light? Who is the pure light? Brian, who is the pure light? What is this pure light?
The pure light is Yeshua.
You are correct, Mr. Brian. Very good. The pure light is Yeshua. That's why he said, I am the light of the world. He's a pure light. Okay? So now let's move on a little bit. All right, let's look at some of the garments. Remember yesterday we were talking about separation and garments. And Tiffany was saying that you can wear shorts up to the middle of your thigh, go outside and in the summer, but you can't wear a dress that goes to the middle of your thigh. Right, Tiffany?
It's because the dress might the dress might blow up, or when you're sitting down, it might, go higher up your thigh. That's the reason. Dress and shorts are different.
Dresses and short, just because something might happen. Why do you put firecrackers in your dress? What's going to make that blow up?
No, it's not the same thing, because the pants is closed, but the dress isn't.
Oh, so you're wearing tight shorts on your thighs, and then you're wearing a dress that might blow up with firecrackers. Tiffany, I don't know, man. I don't know what they're teaching you in that crazy school. All right. So, all right, let's look at verse 28, verse 4. Shemot 28, verse 4. Okay, Mia had her hand up to read.
The garments they are to make are these: a breastplate, a ritual vest, a robe, a checkered tunic, a turban, and a sash. They are to make the holy garments for your brother Aaron and his 2 sons, so that he can serve me in the office of Cohen.
Hey, thank you, Mia. Okay, now this uniform, see, this is a uniform, okay? What other people wear uniforms? Adrian.
Well, this uniform is, after all, for God. I mean, it's what he was ordered by God to wear. And just uniforms in general, they are meant to wear so you can be distinguished. So people know who you are, what, where you work. And in this case, the high priest's uniform is the uniform of God to distinguish him from all the other priests, so that they know that he's the one that is to go, that he is the one who can come closest to God at the appointed time.
Okay, very good, Adrian. Junior, who else wears uniforms?
Who else wears uniforms?
Yeah, can you name me another person that wears uniform and why they wear a uniform?
Well, some people, they had to wear a uniform to go to work, and that's their dress code.
Like who?
Huh?
Like who? Who wears a uniform to go to work?
For example, let me say you work at a supermarket. You have to wear a supermarket if you get into the job, the supermarket will give you a pair of pants and t-shirts, and they'll say, okay, this is your uniform to wear, and you wear this while you work there. And if, let me say, you restock shelves, you have to wear that so people know that you work there and you're not just some random person.
Okay, so you're you're wearing this uniform of let's say ShopRite because that's going to identify you as you work there.
Yes.
Okay, very good, Junior. Yeshua, who else wears uniforms? You got your hand up.
The Navy, the Coast Guards, the Navy, the Coast Guards, and the police, and the and and doctors and police and firefighters and
Do they all wear the same uniform?
no, they wear different uniforms.
Okay, that was very good, Yeshua. Allie Mae, who else wears uniforms and why?
Yeshua said all the ones I was thinking of.
Okay, can you tell me some of the parts of a uniform of a police officer?
Well, they have to wear, sometimes they have to wear like a vest, like, so that way it could hold all of their, like, tools that they need.
Sometimes, but not all the time.
Not all the time. It just depends, I guess, on what police officer you're talking about. Because not all police officers have to wear the vest.
Do they wear pants, or they run around with no pants on?
Yes, they wear pants.
It'd be kind of funny to have a vest on and no pants. What else to let you know that that's a police officer?
Their badge.
Okay, why do they have a badge?
To tell you that they're police officers. Because if they didn't wear the badge, they wouldn't be official police officers.
Oh, badge. Oh, that's an interesting one that might tie into the high priest. All right. Riet's got her hand up. Riet, then Lev. Riet, then Lev.
Well, I'm pretty sure that like waiters or waitresses wear uniforms.
What kind of uniform would a waiter wear?
Well, sometimes they wear like a white shirt and pants, and then like sometimes this like black apron.
Okay.
How I usually like would imagine the uniforms, but sometimes the uniforms are different. But like waiters or waitresses usually have aprons.
Okay, why do they have an apron?
Well, maybe if they accidentally like drop the food and it like falls on them.
That would be bad if they drop the food and they spilled it on somebody. I'd get kind of angry if they spilled it on me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they have an apron, black pants, and a white shirt.
Well, that's just how I would like. That was just kind of example. They don't always like. I guess it's kind of like different for certain restaurants.
Okay, all right. Lev had her hand up. Lev is waving her hand feverishly.
An astronaut has a uniform.
What kind of uniform? What does that uniform look like, and why does he wear that uniform?
Well, because the thing is, there's no oxygen in space. There's no gravity. Wait, what? Yeah, no gravity. There's no gravity in space. And you can't walk in space because then you'll fall. No, you'll just float. Is it warm in space?
Fall. How are you gonna fall if there's no gravity?
You're gonna go up, fall up. You're gonna fall up.
Okay, so what's the astronaut wearing?
Is it warm in space? Huh? Is it warm in space? Oh, no. It's not warm in space.
But you're closer to the sun.
What if... Wait, go ahead. What about... Well, you have to have special equipment to explore the planets.
You didn't ask me why it's cold.
I don't know.
Okay, so what are you wearing that keeps you warm? You wear a coat in space?
No. It's, you don't wear a coat in space. I think they put, like, I don't know, like, sort of insulation, but I don't think it's actually insulation. I think it's, well, yeah, the distant planets, that's why it's cold there. The distant planets. Like Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and all those kinds.
All right, so the astronaut's wearing
The astronaut,
very heavy coat.
no, it's not. The astronaut, I think it has like metal or something. On his suit. The astronaut has metal on his suit, and basically, and he has a helmet with something clear there to see. And they need an oxygen tank to breathe. And yeah.
And yeah.
And when you're in space,
I'm sad.
and when you're in space, your spine stretches 2 inches.
Why?
I don't know. But the thing is, Mom told me that like your spine stretches like 2 inches in space. And basically, since you're floating there for a lot of things, since you're floating there for like a day, for a while, then basically they have to come back in a wheelchair because then they don't they can't exercise their body. So basically their body forgets how to walk. Because you're just floating. Yeah.
I don't know about that one, Lev. But then Tiffany wouldn't have to wear heels because she would be 2 inches taller. But she wouldn't have to wear.
There's a catch to it. But when you get back to Earth, because of the gravity, you're back to your size. Yeah. You shrink again.
So some people like Tiffany might want to stay out in space. And Allie Mae, so she doesn't have to wear high heels because she doesn't like it. Yes, Allie Mae?
And I wanted to say that they do exercise in space. They have a whenever I did my astronomy for science, it told me that they have like a treadmill up in the in the spaceship, and they would strap themselves down so that way their legs would work, so that they could get exercise in space.
Yeah, they do actually. Okay, so now we're still talking about uniforms. Tiffany, tell me who else wears uniforms, so then we'll move on a little bit from this. Don't you want to go to space, Tiffany, so you don't have to wear those high heels anymore?
I'll only be 2'4", so I'm still gonna be wearing high heels. But the general of the army of the United States, the second rank. Well, he is the second highest in rank. He wears a uniform, and on the side of his little pocket thingy, he has 5 stars stitched in, so it shows his rank.
It shows his rank. Does he wear anything else? Does he have anything else there?
Well, those are the stars there mostly is what is the main part of his uniform, but I'm pretty sure he would have other badges of his accomplishments tagged on him as well.
Okay, so he has stars on his uniform. Okay, does he have anything else? Ariel, what about other uniform? What are you gonna wear if you ever get to the military?
I'll wear like a fatigue uniform with like stripes on it, with like green, and with like boots.
Green. I don't like green.
Well, like that's the uniform they decided for the army.
Do you want to wear a green uniform?
I mean,
Yeah, join the Navy. They have a pretty uniform.
Yeah, the Navy's got those dress whites. Those are awesome.
They got style.
Mario doesn't like the water.
I think the tees or the green uniform is like for out there, so like if you're like on the ground, you're able to like camouflage in with the ground.
Okay, so you got green pants, green shirt, green boots.
No, just brownish boots.
Okay, anything else you're going to be wearing on this uniform?
Um, my protection and my gun.
You're going to have a sidearm, or what kind of gun you going to have?
Assault rifle.
Okay. Anything else?
Well, my bag with stuff which they gave me.
Oh, that's nice. They give you stuff. You don't have to buy it.
Well, it's equipment, so if I break it, then I think I have to buy it.
Break it. You bought it. But aren't you working for them?
Well, like saying like not in like wartime, but like if you're like normal training, like you breaking equipment, then it probably have to come out of your paycheck to buy it.
Oh, no, they're going to give you another one because you're working for them. That's your equipment. All right. So the reason we're talking about uniforms because there's a lot of different people that wear different types of uniforms. Okay. When I worked on the ambulance, I had to have my stuff my uniform, my badge, my equipment belt, which had my scissors and all sorts of different things that I might need to give somebody an IV and all this different stuff. Okay. Police officers wear, their uniforms, and we're to respect the police officers. We're not to be anarchists like we have people today, and because they're forming their own police department. In the country of Chaz, they're forming their own police departments that have no rules at all. Okay, so the police officer has their equipment. Now God has the equipment here for the high priest. Okay, to tell you he's in charge of the Kohanim, of the people that are working for him. And the garments they are to make are these: a breastplate, a ritual vest, a robe, a checkered tunic, turban, a sash. They are to make holy garments for your brother Aaron and his sons. So they can serve me in the office of Cohen. Okay? Now, Marley, what about Aaron's daughters? Aaron had daughters.
I haven't really read much of that, so I don't really know.
Yeah, Paul writes about it in the Brit Hadashah.
Oh.
Do they work there?
No, I think it was only the men. Oh wait, no, they might have prepared the sacrifices, like checked if they were clean
The women did that?
or
'Cause
cleaned animals. I don't remember.
the women check for clean animals? Because they do the food shopping.
Yeah, probably.
Probably. Well, that's an
I
interesting
don't
one,
know.
Marley. Okay, let's go over to Jennifer. Jennifer, I haven't heard from you today. What about Aaron's daughters? Didn't they work at the temple? Wasn't like a family affair?
No, it was just the men's and sons.
Just the men. Why just the men?
Maybe because like they're more obedient or stronger.
Men are more obedient than women, Jennifer? Are you sure about that answer? I mean, Hava started off with a big problem, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so because Hava made a big mess, women don't get to work in the tabernacle, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think, Jeanette? Are you in agreement with that?
Yeah, I don't think they work there.
Why?
Well, it's only men that work there.
Why? I'll be like Asher. Why?
Because well, men are
Jennifer said we're more obedient.
no, I think it's because men are like less emotional and
You think men are less emotional? Brian's less emotional than you? No way.
just yeah,
Brian's always crying.
nice man.
But you're always crying.
No,
Brian, Michael's always crying. You're seeing Michael always crying. Jennifer never cries, right?
yes.
So why don't the girls get to work there? So you think men are less emotional? So you got to be less emotional to work in the tabernacle?
No, men are what's it called? Men are like the head of the household, and they know what like they provide for the family and teach the family, so they have to work.
Okay. All right, we're getting there. Mia's wiggling her hand. She's so nervous.
The reason women can't work in the temple is just because God says no. God says no.
That's not a good enough answer.
Well, for Sasso, what the answer the Lord gives us, then that's fine. He says no. There are different reasons why the Lord. It's like the same reason why the Lord said only men to be the leaders. Because the Lord made the males to be a leader. The women have different roles. Both have the same roles. Both have something in common, that they serve the Lord and that they have to raise their family. Except the men's role is they have a much bigger role than the women. The men have to be leaders.
That's why only Aaron and his sons.
Yeah, the men are supposed to be leaders. I mean, if it's a home with like if it's yes, the man is the leader of his home. And then also, but just because he's the leader doesn't mean that he gets to boss the whole family around. He also has his wife to help him with decisions. Whereas the mother, the wife and the mother, if they have children, she is there to hold her husband's arms up to the Lord to serve. And I'm pretty sure there are also reasons why the woman can't work in the temple. But overall, the men are supposed to be leaders. Therefore, that's why the Lord had that's why the Lord set Moshe to be a leader, because the Lord wanted him to do it.
Okay, so the men were supposed to be leaders. What do you think, Marley?
I'm searching why women can't work why the women can't work in the tabernacle.
And what website are you going to find this answer?
Wikipedia.
Don't ever use Wikipedia. It's garbage.
Okay.
Don't ever use it for schoolwork or nothing. It's garbage. But it's done by people, not people that know anything. All right, let's go over to Tiffany. Tiffany was waving her hand feverishly with her blow-up dress.
That's whatever. uh, women are not allowed to work in the temple. They're supposed to work in the courtyard, but because of the temple, is because they're sacrifices and they're required every day. You're not allowed to skip one day, especially. And because women they're gonna get 20 women after 28 days, they're gonna get their periods, and they're gonna be unclean, so they won't be able to enter the temple. So if all the women were doing the temple work, let's just flip the roles around. After 28 days, let's just say all the women, the high priest, if she was a woman, she wouldn't be able to do the sacrifices or go to the a holy place because she's unclean, and there wouldn't be a sacrifice for that day. But God requires a sacrifice every day.
Okay, so because she's unclean every 28 days. Now, is everybody always every 28 days, or some women are less than that, or more than that?
That's a rough estimate because some girls, when they're unclean, they last longer. Some girls last less. It really depends on the girl.
So it's because it would mess up the schedule.
It required, there's a sacrifice that's supposed to be every day, and I think that's one of the main reasons why God called Aaron and his sons. And women work in the courtyard.
What do they do in the courtyard? Are they in is the courtyard inside the tabernacle or outside?
The courtyard's outside, and I think they worshipped because Miriam worshipped the Lord. So I think that's what they did.
Okay. What do you think, Ariel? Why is he only calling Aaron and his sons? Is it a whole menstrual cycle thing?
Yeah, I think it's also because of the menstrual cycle. Since well, not every girl is gonna have like the same menstrual cycle, because some girls may have it like before, like 28 days, while another girl can have it the other week. So either way, it's like there's always gonna be someone unclean.
And do the women know when this is going to happen exactly?
I mean, you can take a guess, like every 28 days.
Okay. Do you know women that are exactly every 28 days, like your mother and your sister? Every 28 days, you run for the hills.
Well, it's not every 28 days because it can come a bit earlier and it can come a bit late.
All right, so you don't know when it's going to happen.
Yeah,
That could be a problem, right?
kind of, yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's read this verse again. Who wants to read? Allie Mae, read verse 4. Read verse 4 again, Allie Mae.
The garments are to make the garments they are to make are these: a breastplate, a ritual vest, a robe, a checkered tunic, a turban, and a sash. They are to make holy garments for your brother Aaron and his sons, so that he can serve me in the office of Cohen.
Okay, thank you, Allie Mae. Now, once again, there's certain things that going to be part of this uniform. We see that only Aaron and his sons, because the men are to be leaders. Okay, I forgot who was saying that. The men are to be leaders. I think it was Mhsa. I was saying men are to be leaders of the household. It's just the way God set things up. You know, one of the beautiful things that women are going to do is we all come from our mothers. They're going to bring life into the world, and that's one of the most beautiful things in all of creation, that women are going to be able to have babies and men cannot have babies. Now, the high priest is going to wear all these garments. Now, who wants to read the part at the bottom? Okay. All right, Lev, got your hand up. Ephesians 6, verse 13 through 18. It's a long reading. Keep your concentration and read what's on the page, not making up words.
So take up every piece of war equipment God provides, so that when the evil day comes, you will be able to resist. And when the battle is won, you will still be standing. Therefore stand, have a belt of truth buckled around your waist, put on righteousness for a breastplate, and wear on your feet the readiness that comes from the good news of Shalom. Always carry the shield of trust, with which you will be able to extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one. And take the helmet of deliverance, along with the sword given by the Spirit, that is the word of God. As you pray at all times with all kinds of prayers and requests in the Spirit, vigilantly and persistently for all God's people.
All right, very good job, Lev. Very good job. Big words, vigilantly and persistently. Very good. Good sounding out. Good reading. All right. So, what Rachel is writing to the Messianic congregation in Ephesus is war equipment. What is war equipment? Why is he calling it war equipment? Let's see. Yeshua. Why is he calling it war equipment? And Junior, you're next.
Because you need the protection of God.
So you're putting on this war. What is the war equipment?
The breastplate. The breastplate.
That's it. And why do we have a breastplate? What's it?
And the hat.
And what?
And the hat.
What kind of hat? I like a baseball hat.
No, the cover hair.
The what?
The cover hair.
The cover hair?
And the cook on Aaron.
Oh, but in Ephesians, we're talking about Ephesians here. Lev just read Ephesians, and Rachel is writing to the Messianic congregation in Ephesus. Put all the war equipment on that God provides.
The war equipment. The sword and the shield is the Bible and the prayers.
Okay, pretty good, Yeshua. Pretty good. Junior, what's this war equipment that he's? Do you got any war equipment, Junior?
No, I don't have any war equipment. Oh yeah, I do actually, in that type of way.
What kind of war equipment do you got?
I mean, I guess biblically, it could say the Bible.
Doesn't say that in this war equipment.
Mm, I don't. Then from there, I don't have anything that is considered as war equipment.
Well, you might want to get ready because we got a war coming. What about you, Adrian? You got anything?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit tricky. It's interesting when you think about it. There can be a lot of problems that occur when the high priest isn't available.
You weren't listening, were you?
I couldn't catch the question, sorry.
What was the question that I asked Junior? It was the same question I asked you.
The uniform.
No.
You asked me about a uniform.
That was way back when. Like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
You might want to pay attention. Very important. Yadiel, do you have any war equipment?
I don't have war equipment because I'm just like a.
You're just like a little kid. Short little kid.
The only like thing I don't really think it's like part of war equipment is like a little tiny gun.
A little tiny Nerf gun?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to really hurt anybody.
Yeah.
So is that war equipment?
No.
Is that what Shaul was talking about 2,000 years ago? They had Nerf guns 2,000 years ago?
No. It could my Nerf gun could hurt someone. Of course that, but it won't like kill someone.
Okay, let's see. Allie Mae, do you have any war equipment? Does Dad sell any war equipment at Lead Chunkers?
Um, um, Mom just told me that we do sell war equipment, but she didn't tell me what. She's telling me to think about what we do have.
You sell plasma rifles?
Well, we sell guns, but I mean, they didn't have those back then. I mean, we
So what's
have
he
like
talking about?
knives, and we even have machetes.
Your store's probably pretty busy with what's going on, right?
Yeah.
But is that what Shaul is talking about to the Ephesians?
No.
What's he talking about? What's this war equipment that we're supposed to put on?
Talking about the armor of God. What he's talking about.
Well, what is the armor of God? Do you have any armor of God? Girls can put on the armor of God?
Yeah.
Well, I thought we were just talking about Aaron only his sons put on the armor, put on the stuff.
No, they can put on the high priest garment.
So you can put on the armor of God, Allie Mae?
Yeah. For everybody.
I don't understand. How's that for everybody? You're confusing me.
Because everybody that follows God automatically gets the armor of God, their hedge of protection.
Automatically?
Yeah.
Don't you have to know how to use the equipment? Put it on?
You have to know how to use the equipment, but like when you're following God and following what he says, you get the equipment.
Oh, do you get the equipment as you progress, or do you get it all at once and then you gotta learn how to use it?
you get it as you progress. I guess like through like the different things they stand for.
Marley, what do you think? Missing my hair and combing my hair and not paying attention some more. You get to wear war equipment, Marley?
Well, since I'm a girl, I don't think so, but I can still defend myself, not go to war.
Allie Mae just says we all get war equipment.
Well, if
Are
it's
you
still
disagreeing with Bobblehead 3? Or 2?
she's 3.
So you're disagreeing with Bobblehead 2?
No, I agree with her. We all get war equipment, but the woman can't go to war intentionally. Really, the women can protect themselves, but not go to war.
All right, we're gonna pause there, everybody. We're gonna pick a hold till tomorrow, Mia. Hold till tomorrow. We're gonna pick this up tomorrow. We're gonna pick this up tomorrow. Let me bring this to the top here. Okay, we're gonna keep this discussion going. Very good discussion. I'm gonna get you all on my screen. Then I'm gonna pick a number from 1 to 10. See who gets the honor of closing us in prayer. Let me get you all on my screen here. One second. Okay, Yeshua, you get to go first.
The number is
Number 3.
10.
Wrong.
Oh.
Yadiel?
2.
Wrong. Riet?
3.
Wrong. Lev?
7.
Wrong. Allie Mae?
1.
Wrong. Marley?
6. Wait, no, that was already said. 1?
That was said.
Oh.
Mia?
5.
Wrong. Adrian?
8.
Wrong. Tiffany?
4.
Wrong.
4.
Wrong. Ariel? Ariel?
7.
Wrong. Junior?
9.
3.
Wrong. Not many numbers left. Yeshua, give it another try.
The number is 9.
Shmooey, wrong.
6.
You got it, Yeshua.
Thank you, Lord, for this day, for giving us, and please help us how we learn more, and that we could do things better and obey your word and Yeshua's name. Amen.
Amen. Have a great day, everybody. Shalom.